Okay, today. Today was one of those days where my alarm went off and I, hit the ring again in 10 minutes thing. And in 10 minutes it went off, so I turned on my light and hit the ring again in 10 minutes thing. Then it went off again. I got dressed really, really fast and climbed right back into bed. And then uh, at the next time it went off after 10 minutes, I turned it off and got up. But so yeah, today was one of those days where I spent the entire day wanting to go back in my bed. Like, I don't feel particularly horribly sick. I have been coughing all day, but it's not too terrible. But it's just one of those days, and it was cold in the morning. Actually, in the morning we had PE first, which sucked because it was freezing, and we had to change into like my little t-shirt and like leggings and run outside. But the nice thing was we were allowed to have music, and so I ran with music. It made me really happy. And actually, first thing in the morning, we were supposed to have religion, but like the teacher wasn't there, so we just went to a tube, and I listened to music. So I had a very music-filled morning. It was all music, and I like it when I can do that. I love listening to music. I think that's kind of like my quiet point for exchange. um, Recently, speaking of music, I've been kind of obsessed with this one song by Imagine Dragons. It's called Radioactive, and it's really epic, and you guys should all go listen to it. And I also got a bunch of Caravan Palace. They're an electro swing group, and I like electro swing. So anyway, um, PE in the morning, and like I said, it was pretty much a day where I spent the entire day wanting to go back to bed. But I actually talked to there's this girl in Spanish. I think I've mentioned her before. She'll like, we sit next to each other, um, and we'll like wave to each other in the hallways. We don't do the bizu in the hallways, but I mean we're not that close. But and she like smiles at me. And today we actually talked a little bit in Spanish. It's like, on the one hand, I really want to drop Spanish because I don't understand anything, and I'm not learning as fast as other people because it's more like French than it is like English, and it's so hard. But I really like this girl. We like don't even talk, but she's super nice and she's super cool. And I actually think she's the daughter of one of my other teachers. But and I don't want to like leave Spanish and abandon her. Why am I feeling guilty about this? Uh, but anyway, it was really fun seeing her again. But the problem with that was, because I only see her like twice a week. But the problem with that was that everybody else had an extra hour for lunch in my class, so pretty much I had nobody to eat lunch with because everybody was gone. So I went out and I got pâte and cornet, and uh, came back and sat in one of the hallways of school because most people hang out in the courtyard and like eat in the courtyard. Um, but it was windy and cold, so I sat inside on on a table. There are like a bunch of random tables in the hall, like in this one corner. It's obviously like there were extra tables or something, and so they were just sticking them out in the hallway. But so I sat on one of those and I drew and I listened to music, and I came up with a few ideas for a possible NaNoWriMo idea, which I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do NaNoWriMo because a lot of the plots that I've been coming up with recently have like been based off of older ideas and with ideas that I share with people, so they're kind of hard to work on myself and not as fun to work on myself. And I think actually I found out that's my main reason, my main way of homesickness. It's like it's not like I go on Facebook and I see everybody and I like feel like I'm gonna cry because I want to go home so bad. You know, I haven't really been homesick, but I miss writing these plots and these characters, and I've got all these great ideas, and they're fun ideas. You know, sometimes I can't come up with anything, and these ones are really fun, and I can't write them. And then even when I do get a little chance to write a little bit of them with one of my friends, like who just happens to be online at the same time as me, like it's not enough, and it makes me really depressed. Especially since the friend that I write with has been coming up with her own ideas, which usually that's me. I'm like, oh, I have this new idea for my book, and she's like, I can't write by myself anymore. And now she's like, oh, I have all these independent ideas, and I'm like, so I figured out that's the way homesickness is manifesting itself in me, which really sucks. Because, you know, when you're sitting there and you're letting your mind wander in class and it goes to whatever plot thing you were thinking about last night, it's hard to just say, no, go to a different plot. Because I don't have another plot that I have in my head. But today I got maybe an idea for another one. I hope that maybe I'll be able to develop a little bit and maybe I'll actually be able to do NaNoWriMo. Which I probably shouldn't, but I want to. Make me feel good about myself. Um, and it's not like NaNoWriMo's gonna eat my life like it usually does. It's gonna be a secondhand thing. Like, it's gonna be back shelf, but I think NaNoWriMo will be good for me. For getting out of the plots that I can't write by myself idea. So I came up with some possible ideas for that, but I felt like talking about it to somebody. um, so yeah, so I mostly spent lunch by myself, but then I saw some other people outside, and I was like, oh, they came back, and so I went and talked with them. And then we also had an hour of etude after lunch, so we basically hung out outside. We didn't go to etude. We hung out outside in the courtyard and talked and took silly pictures and things like that. And yeah, stuff I did after lunch. I don't remember. Nothing really big. Another interesting thing though is my English teacher, I think, really wants me and Idalia to change out of her class and into another French class. But the lady who normally changes classes was sick, and they told us to go talk to some other lady, but she wasn't there. So yeah, so that was today. Um, I guess part of the reason why I talked about that plot thing, even though it doesn't really matter to you guys, I guess, is because another student from my sponsoring district posted this thing about like writing. He made this blog post because apparently there's another exchange student in Denmark with him, where and she's feeling like really depressed and really down all the time. And so he wrote this thing. It's like how not to be depressed on your exchange, you know. And one of the things that he said was write a little bit every day. Like he always writes out his blog, and it's like even if it's just um, like what I do, where you just describe your day a little bit, talk about what you know, happy points, sad points, you know, and all this stuff during the day, and it makes you feel better. I think that's why I like talking about what I did during the day, I guess, because you know I don't talk very much with other people, and I really like it when I can make myself make a vlog post every day. And it's an emotional journey, you know. If I just wanted to if I just wanted to come for the location, then I could come as a tourist, you know, and even for the culture, like I could get a little bit of a difference, you know, with visiting. Not nearly as much, of course. I wouldn't get very much, but the point of exchange is emotions, I think. I guess. It's an emotional journey, you guys. Get in touch with your inner zen. I don't know. But yeah. I liked the way he put that, I guess. So anyway, I'm gonna stop making this blog post. I'm gonna make something else about another video for internet addicted exchange students like me and advice for them. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I should have actually, I might not talk to you tomorrow because I've been invited to this party and I don't know how late it's gonna run. But I will make a video the day after. So, see you guys tomorrow, the day after, or something like that.